good. Oh, now I need to look up now. We're doing something different. Good morning, Warren First 93 Warners. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter, along with
Brian Carr. Welcome, Warren County.
Yay! And I hope you're keeping things first.
Yes.
Especially yourself with things going on. But right now, currently in downtown McMinnville, we are on this beautiful month. Well, I say beautiful. It is rainy and dreary, but it is Monday, January the 27th. And currently in downtown McMinnville, we are at, do you know off the top of your head?
Got it right here, Kelly.
Yeah.
Come on. Big money, no whammies. Oh my goodness. Come on. This is
like, it is a teaser.
Suspenseful.
Mm-hmm.
39 degrees.
It's 39 degrees in downtown McMinnville, but it's saying we're going to get as high as 46 degrees and low tonight at 28 degrees. Now, remember, guys, our community weather sponsors is being brought to you by Reddick Brown Ford. We are all about working together, being transparent as a community and working as one. And that's why we love each and every one of our sponsors just the same. But again, we couldn't do it without these guys. And then again, it's going to be cloudy with a little bit of sun. Hopefully we will see some sun by lunchtime, just a little bit peeking its lovely head out. But if not, no worries, because tomorrow on Tuesday, the high is going to be 53 and sunny. On Wednesday, 57 with clouds and sun. Cloudy on Thursday at the high of 61. And, you know, as you think, you're like, gosh, it's going to be 61 on Thursday. Well, by Friday, it's going to be a high of 59, and we're going to see some rain. So, again, the weather forecast for today, it's crazy. Oh, there's Melody. Sorry, I just saw her. But with that said, it's just going to be a bright, great day. And I want to say, first and foremost, thank you to everybody and anybody who watched the Pioneer Playbook on Saturday. It was our first inaugural show. And I want to say kudos to Madeline Stubblefield, my niece. May did such a great job. If you did not see it, please make sure to do that, because we are still doing that basket, that Pioneer Ultimate Fan basket giveaway. And the way to get that basket is by simply following the rules. One, going to the show itself, watching it, liking it, and sharing it on your page, first and foremost.
Yes.
Then in the comments on the show, you need to tag 5 of your buddies so they can see it. Because our big thing, and Madeline's big thing as well, is to be able to showcase everything Warren County sports. And I'm not joking when I say that. She wants anything and everything. And we got a great show lined up for Saturday, because our goal is to do 2 shows a month, as long as, you know, God willing, you know, there's stuff going on. But, you know, her heart's just in the right place. And she graduated from Austin Peay State University with a sports broadcasting degree. And I mean, she always says, like, I have been helping her throughout this since she was in 4th grade. But really, at the end of the day, it is her, because she's the one that's been making the effort. She is the one that's been putting in the time. That whole entire show was put together by her. The only thing me, Brian, and the other folks, that Melody that was there, all we did was we were there being present and helping her with whatever she needed. Like, she used us as tools, whatever tech tool we needed. A woohoo in the background. It reminded me of E-Talk Soup when they were like, yeah, you know. And I do also want to say thank you to Prater's Barbecue.
Yes.
For not only being another huge supporter of Warren First 931, for allowing us to come in and take over half of your restaurant.
Yes.
Because this is becoming a full production now. Am I right, Brian? I mean, everybody that has come in here, they're like, oh my gosh, you didn't have this last year. You know, this time last year, Warren First just had the microphones and the laptop. That's it. And now we have cameras, we have lights, we have all these extra techie gadgets. And I'm just like, wow, I feel like a real studio.
Well, the only thing we're missing is a makeup assistant for me. I need a makeup assistant.
Don't you worry. I already hit that. I've already hit that button, Brian. This morning, there's a cool little feature that just got added into the It just got added on to the StreamYard program that we use. And it's called Fix Up Appearances. So you should be just fine.
I think I need Kristy Ross. I think that's really what
Kristy Ross calling you, boo. You got to call her. She does a great job.
Oh, yeah.
Chris uses her. First off, good morning, Warren County. Good morning to Retha Muncie, one of our avid listeners and followers. We appreciate you. But starting off right off the bat, and I'm going to pull this up so I read this correctly for you guys, because yesterday was a whirlwind. This is what I'm going to consider our hot topic, because it is a hot topic, and a lot of your concerns, a lot of your worries, if it's important to you, it's important to us. And that goes for both sides of the spectrum. And yesterday morning, around, I kid you not, at 6:30 a.m., I get tagged in this post on one of the chatter pages. And it was a video of and it was an unidentified bus, because you couldn't see the markings. It looked like a big black party bus. That's the best way I can explain it, because I know the video, somebody said they took the video down, but I still can see it, so I don't know the difference. I'm trying to make sure. I keep hearing it going back in my head, but anywho, with that said, I was aware of the situation, and around 7:15 I notify Chief of Police Nicole Mosley, and then I also contacted Jackie Matheny Jr. I think it's this one, yeah. But it's muted, so I don't know. It's okay. But with that said, I just want everybody to know that, the law enforcement here in Warren County has been doing a phenomenal job about getting stuff done, taking names and getting numbers. And I want everybody to know, because this is going to bother me, we're just going to chime out for a minute. I just want everybody to know that they took that so serious yesterday, while they were at church, while they were at home. And after working with the law enforcement yesterday, we finally found out, because they even went to the gentleman that videotaped the footage, because he was a concerned citizen, as well as we all are, because I know that we've been seeing on the news about illegal immigrants being dropped off and things like that. But this is not one of those situations. I want y'all to understand that. And while Brian's looking up the definition of what an H.2A is, I'm going to simplify it for you guys here. Morning, Miss Sheila. What an H.2A is, nurserymen here in this community as well use H.2A. It is a work visa, essentially, program that gets illegal immigrants in the legal way to come over and work. And I want to tell everybody, with that said, they came over here legally. They found that out for sure. Yes. So our safety is not at risk right now. It's not. These fine gentlemen that came over at the middle of the night, and if anybody knows how buses and trains and airplanes work, whether you're coming from another country or you're coming from a state, things get delayed, things get pushed back. There's places, if you look on the map, if you're looking at the weather, some areas are not as good as ours right now, where it's clear roads and things. So I don't know if bus drivers have to take a different path, how it works, because I've never drove a bus before. It's always been airplane. But when you hear there's a delay, there's a delay. And I feel like maybe that was the situation that happened. And the other thing I'm going to play devil's advocate in is putting this in your ear. Where they dropped them off was not far from where the old Greyhound bus drop-off used to be. Keep this in mind, because if you look up bus stops in Warren County, where are they? There's none. So I guarantee you what might have happened, and again, this is hearsay from me, this is my opinion on this, is I do believe that they looked up where the bus stop, the closest where the last used bus stop area was. And that's why they parked right there, because it was so close to the old Greyhound building, which is the Butcher on Main. Yes. That used to be the old building where people would go get picked up and dropped off by buses.
And there are apartment complexes over there.
Yes.
And so these people have to have a place to stay too. And this is a great program. I'm going to go ahead and tell what.
Yeah, talk about what the H-2A is.
Okay, from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the H-2A program allows U.S. employers or U.S. agents who meet specific regulatory requirements to bring foreign nationals to the United States to fill temporary agricultural jobs. The U.S. employer, a U.S. agent as described in the regulations, or an association of the U.S. agricultural producers named as a joint employer must file form, and this looks like I-129, petition for non-migrant worker on a prospective worker's behalf. So what they're saying is these people have come into our country legally. They have a legal right to work here, and they also have a legal right to have the same services because they are paying taxes. Now, and that's the way we're supposed to do it. And because we are the nursery capital of the world still, and within our greater Warren County area, we have demands for these kind of needs.
We do.
So thank you to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Thank you to the employers that are bringing people in who want to work, who will do these jobs. Because guys, everybody knows somebody here that's worked in the nursery business. And we were talking about hauling balls. And that's some tough work, guys.
It is.
So, Kelly, thank you so much for getting on this story. Thank you, Warren County, for
letting us know.
And then this just shows the power of social media and how hard and how fast things can get done. But it's because of you guys. Taking the lead on it and pushing it. But thank you for looking at the stories and liking, subscribing. Kelly, great job. And thank you for whoever tagged Kelly
in
this story.
But
I mean,
I don't want to give out my sources.
But hey, Kelly, talk about the reach that this story brought. I mean, as far as like,
as of right now, we're over 30K.
And there are certain news outlets.
There was one specific news outlet. Now, I don't know if they're going to talk about it. I don't know if they're going to reach out to people about it. I'm very curious to see. But we did have one of the three that I know of. It's either 2, 4, or 5, y'all, that reached out to us and said, hey, can you give us any more details on this? And I just gave what I know that's factual. And the last thing we did receive, and I want to say thanks again to Chief of Police Nicole Mosley. She found out that there's a program called Overlook Harvesting. It's out of Michigan, and they are the ones that it's a contracting company who provides workers for nurseries out in Smithville. And they are staying in apartments on North High Street. That is provided. And this is all a part of the program, guys. And they have work visas, and they're going to be here for 9 months and then go back after the nursery season is over. And I want everybody to, 2 things I want to say. One, I think it is so amazing that they're using our community as the vessel to stay here and eat here. They are growing our economy.
Yes.
They're coming to our businesses. They're being a part of the system legally. And again, there's several people in our community that live here and work in Smithville, Murfreesboro, Cookeville, and they transport all the time. This is nothing new. This is nothing different. And I will say that, for the folks out there that say, well, they're taking jobs away from us, I want to say to you guys, there's nothing wrong with saying it, but at the same time, if you think they're taking our jobs away, go to those people that don't have jobs, that complain about jobs, and say it's time to quit being picky and start getting dirty.
Hey, listen.
Literally.
Well, some hot news that's come off the press out of Nashville is as with our own Bridgestone Firestone plant here. With Bridgestone, they're shutting down the Smyrna plant.
That is correct.
But they're increasing jobs here in Warren County. So, guys, there's no excuse.
Pros and cons to everything. Don't get me wrong on what I'm trying to say. There's pros and cons on everything. But at the same time, for all you folks pointing fingers, keep in mind, there's like 3 other fingers pointing back at you. And you got to think like those people that don't have jobs, go to them and be like, Brian, I know you're struggling, man. Do you want to go work at the nursery? And 9 times out of 10, you guys as well as I know, they're going to be like, no, I can't do the nursery. I can't do that.
That's tough work.
It is very tough work. But, again, if you think you can do it, go to these nurseries like they are, hand out your application, see if you're hiring, because that's what they do. So instead of, tearing people down. Let's lift these people up and show them the good community that we are.
And I'll tell you, another great thing that we have is we have a very proud Hispanic population here in Warren County.
We do.
And like it or not, I don't care. The beautiful thing about it is they make this place run.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so blessed to have our legal immigrants, the people who have come in, and we don't hear a lot about trouble in the Hispanic community. I mean, there's probably, just like any place else, there's everybody's got their problems.
Right.
But the thing is we're blessed with so many wonderful people of Hispanic origin that work and that we live with here, and that are generational. So, they're not even, they don't even consider themselves Hispanic. They consider themselves Americans.
Correct.
So, yes. So we want to make sure that we're spreading a lot of love on this story and making sure that people understand that, hey, we got to the source of it. Yeah. We figured out what it was. Yeah. There's no need for hysteria. There's no need for foul language or anything like that. But we need you to be vigilant. We've got to stay vigilant because we want to make this the best community that we can. Yeah.
And by staying transparent and vigilant and just overall working together, we can make this a better world. And maybe it could start here, and we can just, make the other counties and the states and just like us, wouldn't you want to brag and be like, I know you want to be like me, right? I know we're great. We're awesome. I mean, that's a good thing to be copied. Why not?
And we've got some ladies that are going to be on here in just a moment.
We do.
That are making that trend the other way. They're making it that we are a great community and helping our community out.
Exactly. So we are going to take a real quick break and give you guys a word from our sponsors and keep it here at Warren First 931.
My dad had a vision in 1964 to start Ganton Bolden. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday, and Saturday we are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
said I'm almost ready.
All right. Welcome back, Warren First Three Niners. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter, alongside with
Brian
Carr.
And I'm more impressed with these ladies here.
Mhm.
Some of them, you talk about movers and shakers, Kelly.
Yes.
These are the movers and shakers. These are
Behind
the
the
folks
sceners,
that are,
yes.
and they're working with the least of these. With
Yeah.
what you ladies do, you are the real game changers, the life
Mhm.
changers, the family tree changers. So thank y'all for being in here
Yes.
today. I'll let Kelly introduce them, but I feel just blessed to be with y'all today.
Aw. Well, okay, of course we know Miss Sheila Fann. She is with H.O.M.E.
Hey.
And then we have Kristy Stubblefield. She's the Executive Director of Families in Crisis New Beginnings. And Miss Sheila is the Director of H.O.M.E. as well, correct? Is that the title? I always forget your title. I apologize. Because she's got so many hats.
Yeah, there's
Yes.
Everything.
everything.
But coming up this week, which I believe is actually tomorrow, is the homeless count. Now, everybody that is listening, we're going to get down to this, but can you explain to people what the homeless count is?
Well, that is the point in time count. It happens, it's a nationwide event, and it happens the last 10 days in January
Okay.
across the U.S. Normally, it is the last Tuesday, but some cities do it different. And it is where teams go out in groups of 2 or 3 and do a count of those that are living unsheltered or in substandard living, which are defined by HUD as things not meant for habitable living.
Okay.
Like it could be a shed, a camper,
Under a building, whatever. Yeah, any of those.
Bridge. And so that is what we do. The numbers are reported then to the continuum of care, which we're a part of. Kristy's a part of through Families in Crisis, and which is a division of HUD. These numbers are very important to our county because this helps with funding.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about this year's count. We think it's going to be better than ever. We have about 14 teams that are ready to go out and have been assigned areas. And so we're just really excited.
Yeah, and for anybody that's watching this show today, and me and Sheila, me and Kristy, me and Brian talk about this. Y'all aren't giving handouts. You're giving hand-ups. Explain to me why you guys are helping the homeless, because this is not this is not like not everybody can do this job, but explain to me how H.O.M.E. and Families in Crisis are helping people get out of their situation, because that's the end game, is no more homelessness.
You want to start with yours?
So first of all, I want to say we are so glad to have H.O.M.E. because for years when I started Families in Crisis, we did not really have a homeless organization. We had some that started and then kind of went away, and churches and things like that helped. But we did the PIT count forever. And since we have had H.O.M.E., our PIT count numbers and our point in time numbers have been so much better because they are the boots on the ground for the homeless. They are the ones that are going out there every day and every night to feed them and to offer services and things like that. So we are excited for this year. We had pretty good numbers last year. I think pretty staggering numbers for Warren County. And so we are glad to have you all on board, and it makes it so much easier and better for the county because it makes it's transparent, right? It gives us kind of a picture of what Warren County really is sometimes. So what we do, it's not a handout. It's they come in and they have to follow programs. Each program has different rules or regulations or things like that, but they're not just coming in and getting to do whatever they want to. We're helping them with job skills. We're helping them write resumes. We're helping them look for a job. We're helping them with parenting, with coaching, different types of life skills, all of the things that you do for your family and friends when they're in times of need. We're doing with our clients as well.
Yeah, love that.
And you think of homelessness. Well, the victims of domestic violence, they are homeless.
Yep.
They have been, for whatever reason, either had to be removed due to safety concerns from their home, the women and the children. And I know that many times we partner together because they're full. We're full. They're constantly full. And I mean, sometimes like when we're looking for something, it's like I know they're going to be full. They're constantly at max capacity, and God bless these guys for what they do for our community. Really.
Yeah.
So what we do, you think about somebody that's homeless, and you say, well, we got to find you a place to live. If you don't even have an ID, that's a little overwhelming. Really.
Yeah.
Where do you start? So, we start with that, helping them obtain IDs, find employment, spiritual support, social support, forming a network. Many times with the Haven, and I'm sure she sees this here at Families in Crisis, they become a little community.
Yeah.
And they help each other, and that's huge. So that's what we do, helping them find jobs, bank accounts, save money, budgets.
And then by you guys doing this count, how's it helping with grants and the funding?
Oh, absolutely. Good point.
So,
Just explain that, because we understand the programs and you need the money for that, and you do some fundraisers, but how can these grants help these people?
So there are different types of funding that can come through the county, through several state grants and grants that are ran through HUD, federal grants. But the problem now that we have in Moore County, Sheila and I have talked about for years, is bigger than Sheila and I. We're doing what we can do.
Yeah.
There is lots of money available to help the homeless population, to build large shelters, to fund large community shelters for the homeless and things like that. The problem is most of those are a 50% match from your community and local government. And so if Sheila got $150,000 from HUD or from a grant, then we're going to have to match it in our community with $75,000 coming in.
Okay.
When you're in small communities,
That's hard.
that's hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard. And so it does help to kind of capture why we need the funding. We can use those statistics to tell our community why they need to support programs like Families in Crisis and Home. But until we can continuously get more support from our community, it's going to be hard for us to take those grants.
Right. And with the numbers, is this for the 2024 season, I guess, is the numbers y'all are accumulating right now? Or
It's 2025.
2025?
It's the 2025. And the numbers won't be funneled in until very late this year.
Very, very late.
Because they'll go to the continuum of care, then they'll go in until here, and then it's the numbers are reported out.
Yeah.
So
tell us, for the homeless programs, talk to us like if I'm homeless and I come to either one of you guys, what do we do first? Like, give me step by step so you can break it down and let people know what you guys do.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I might not have ever thought to say this, but when they call, as I'm sure she does as well, we have an intake, and our volunteers, it's manned 24/7 right now during winter months. And they're
We are
constant.
too.
They're 7 to 7, 360, 364. So they, anyway, this intake paints a picture. We let them talk first so that they can just feel comfortable with knowing that they can trust us. And then we ask the questions. Then that paints the picture of what we're really dealing with here. And how do we address that? Is it that we would have something available at the Haven? Normally we turn no one down there. Very, very few.
Yeah.
And then is it something we could use through Prosperity Point? Is it a motel that we can use? Is it a work a day, pay a day? Now, I will say children are the very first priority with us. And we sheltered 90 children in 2024 from anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks. And normally that's a 2-week stay.
Yeah.
And then we're calling other organizations begging for help, because when you have sheltered 90 children in 2024, I mean, that to me, that number even blows my mind. And I thought it was a little higher, and we were doing something with the data. We were looking at it, because I really think it reaches higher than that. But in speaking of data, I want to say this too, for anybody who's listening. We have obtained our H.O.M.E license, and we are starting that now.
What is that?
It is actually where our numbers are reported, and they will be reported officially in.
Oh,
So it's not like, okay, spreadsheet data and all that stuff where we've been, because I mean, we've grown a lot.
yeah, I had to do that with you.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I used to work at Families in Crisis way back.
That was the grant she started on.
It was
But-
horrible.
so we started, we've got our license. I'm very, very, very excited because there's no spreadsheet mistake.
No.
You know, we are certain there was 90 children, but we believe there to be more, but something happened with the spreadsheet for about a month. So we were like, okay, that data might be a little skewed, but it is 100% certain 90 children.
Yeah.
And to me, that's huge.
Yeah.
And 261 adults. And that's what we really served. And you can bet for every call we receive, we tell 2 men that we can't help them for every one woman or man that we assist. And that's a minimum. And we refer them to Cookville because it's all we got.
Yeah.
I mean,
So we
We
don't
can only
have
keep
a
so many
men's
in a motel
shelter in
room.
general. We don't
Right.
have that.
I want to make a point.
yeah, sorry, I don't.
No,
I
I
get carried away.
know you do. I love your passion, Sheila. I want people to also think about, because we've talked about funding. She had 90 people, 90 children in the shelter. We provided over 1,600 bed nights last year. So you have how many kids?
2.
And how did they destroy your house on a weekly basis?
Oh, heavens.
Within a couple hours.
Okay, so imagine having 90 or have
Can only imagine.
given your children 1,600 bed nights in 1 year. It
That means I need 20 Maymays on staff right now.
it wears on your shelters, and so
Oh, it does.
I know sometimes people feel like we're begging and pleading, or there's something always wrong, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of kids and a lot of bad nights for kids and a lot of
Yes.
bad nights for. So another reason why this funding is important.
And a lot of
because we've got to
food.
keep their and a ton
Clothes
of food.
and toiletries and
You're not even, and even the transportation, these kids that y'all are talking about, they have to go to, some of these go to school.
They go to school. We
Yeah.
provide transportation to schools,
Yeah.
to doctor's appointments. As I'm sure they did as
they
well in
do
their
so
shelter.
much
Mhm.
when their
Um,
children are in there. They do
Yeah.
a lion's share.
So-
It's unbelievable.
I like people to realize, think about what your kids do on the weekend at your house,
And then multiply it,
times
yes.
that times 90 kids, and that's a lot of wear and tear on our facilities.
And I'll
Yeah.
say that, we at the Haven, we only did 10 because they're long term. We don't have the room. They do a lot more children than
Mhm.
that in their shelter, longer terms. Ours is through motel rooms. Lord help us, because that's a huge expense. But we don't care if it's
Yeah.
a child. Here's our motto: we shelter and then ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
We don't ask questions then shelter. If
Yeah.
there's a child and this family is truly in a car or like evicted that day and have no other resource,
Yeah.
we shelter them through our area motels
Yeah.
and try to help them bridge the gap.
Oh, that's so crazy.
And both your organizations, they're not government funded. Well,
We
are
are.
they?
We
Okay.
are.
You are. Okay.
We are.
Okay.
About 75% of our funding is government funding through OCJP, which is the Office of Criminal Justice for Victims of Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other 25%, we need people in the community.
It's community and local funded.
Ours, we are going for our first state money this year through ESG, and we have a small portion of state money, but it's very, very, very small. We're by and large donations. We received some city money. Last year,
Mhm.
and we're very thankful. And we've received county money in the past. So that's by and large, and we fundraise, we work hard. We have opened up our thrift stores because one of our things is we had to become more self-sustaining.
Mhm.
And until we could get to that point where we felt like we had our feet under us well to go for the ESG monies and things like that. Now we're there. Now
Okay,
we've
good.
obtained our HMIS license. We're close. We are
Yeah.
close finally. She's listened to me cry for 2 or 3 years,
Oh, I bet. No, but I just want people to know the reason we also had you on here, not just talk about the homeless count, but to talk about the program, because everybody thinks that the solution is some people think ignoring this is the solution. And I think that makes it worse.
I was going to say something a while ago when Sheila was talking about their services. You know, everybody is really, really quick to judge, right? And just get a job. Why can't, you know, I've been driving in town today and there's 500 people, you know, that are hiring. Well, one, if you're a single mom and you have 2 or 3 kids and it's a 3rd shift job, even a 2nd shift job, and your perpetrator, your husband, your abuser has kept you away from everybody and isolated you away from everybody for years. So now you have no friends, no family, nobody to help do childcare. There is no 2nd or 3rd shift childcare in here. It's not that easy.
No.
Have you ever had a bad day? And so after you've been beat down day after day after day after day, it's going to take a while for them and for their mental health to even get well enough sometimes to go out and look for a job.
Right.
And so sometimes that can make it feel like a hand out, I guess, to people that aren't in this every day. But they're humans and they've had a lack of a resource for a very long time. And that begins to wear on you.
And, you know, I used to work at Families in Crisis with Kristy back in the day. And, you know, I remember seeing everybody, but one that sticks out that still talks to us that we're still heavily involved in. I want to say it took her over 6 years to finally break the habit. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not going to say her name, but what's amazing to me, and that what for me, and I know Kristy, and when Sheila sees these success stories, is that woman today is doing what we did for her for others now.
Yes.
Oh,
And
so wonderful.
You know, and her daughter's great, graduated from college. We still talk to them on a regular basis. There were times, I want everybody to know, there were times.
This is how Saturday.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like they're part of her family. This is not just work for these people. This is their life. And you know, when me and Kristy said this, it's hard to take work. It's hard to keep work at work. You always bring it home. And with that said, I want to tell everybody that this is not an easy job. There was times, specifically with this one woman, that was really near and dear to us. Like, we couldn't let her go. We just couldn't. Me and Kristy several times had to stand in front of that door because she wanted to leave, because mentally she was just not there yet. And she was losing it. She was losing it. And we stand there and I said, so-and-so, do you really want to go back and do this? And what is your daughter going to climb out of another window to call us and save you? Because maybe next time there won't be, and you're going to be gone. Yeah. Like I remember getting very real with these women, because because it's like Kristy said, they have no family, no friends. We are now their family and friends.
Yes, amen. That is, you've hit the nail on the head.
And there is no judgment. And I know that when people see folks walking up and down the street, that's not the norm. It gets a little intimidating and a little scared factor. That's the human in us, and that's okay. But I think sometimes it's like me and Brian have said, and I think I've said to you guys, maybe if you see somebody in a bad pickle, be like, hey, bud, you okay today? What's up, man? Just talking to them, giving them a smile, acknowledging that they even exist.
I see you.
Yes. Don't see through them, see them.
And hear them. Don't judge them. Listen. You know, don't listen to give a remark. Just listen. And,
I agree.
Again, it's not a hand out. It is definitely a hand up. It's not Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. It's 24/7.
Yeah,
and 7 days a week.
Right. And I feel like, you know, we since the 1 year celebration, since we talked to Terry Bell, you know, going into the jail and talking with the inmates one-on-one and saying, what's the big problem you guys see? And they go, once I leave here after I get done my sentence, I have no family, no friends. But, you know, if I call the people I was selling drugs with, they'll be and pick me up in a heartbeat.
They're going to be there to pick them up.
And so we have to find a solution to get them back in the world to figure a better way to transition back into the world of normalcy for them, or a new norm.
And I'll say this, is we do, as far as the women, we have the resources that we can work with the jails that when they're released, they come in. We also work with Recovery Court, who is just an amazing group. And I love working with them. But they come, Leisha is part of the staff out there, Leisha Hillis Burke. And she calls, hey, we have someone, they're homeless. The ladies come, like, I think it's been about 2 months ago. We had 5 women directly from jail in the Haven.
Yeah.
And they were just doing their thing, working.
Yeah.
It was great to see them just doing their thing and making it happen.
Yeah.
But the men is another story.
Yeah.
We can handle 1 or 2. We might can put them in a work a day, pay a day, and try.
Yeah.
Hopefully if we got some little spot. But now I will say this: we have one man who was in prison for 3 years. He wasn't local. Well, he is local, but he was in prison. Needed somewhere to go when he got out, and he is knocking it out of the park.
Oh,
all right.
That's so great.
These are the stories we want to hear.
Yeah.
We want to hear about people in the community that are turning things around, that are getting, and it's because of your organizations, respectively, especially what you do for women. And guys, I love getting to work with these organizations. I love getting to be here and getting to see these children and these moms that wouldn't have anything to give these kids. So Warren County, it's our responsibility, men in our community. And we're getting some men's groups started. Shout out to Gath Baptist Church Men's Group and the Christ Community Men's Church Group.
25 Ministries, all them.
25.
They're doing a great job.
Yes, and that Gannon was on here a few weeks ago talking about the unseen community. Well, we're starting to develop better contact lenses, getting our glasses cleaned off. And ladies,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you so much for what y'all do.
Speaking of that, the other one is First United.
Oh yes,
Yeah, they do so
Ryan
great.
Heatherly and Jimmy and all those.
Yes, they are phenomenal.
They're wonderful to our organizations.
Yes, I just can't say enough. And that's going to be our hub. That's going to be our we're working
Awesome.
for the pit camp. They always so good. Our outreach building tomorrow, it starts at 3:30. If anybody would like to be involved, they can call 668-0702.
Okay. Anything else that we have not hit on that you guys want to talk about?
Fundraisers coming up or anything, something to look forward to in the future?
So we are right on the right there. We have our SART meeting to kind of announce it to everyone on the SART team and to sheriff and county officials on Friday. We're fixing to open up our sexual assault exam.
This is huge.
Yeah, this is big.
Wow.
Tell everybody first off, tell everybody how long you've been trying to get this going.
Really since I walked in the door at Families and Crosses, but Courtney Breedlove, Jason Walker, Jessica Bost, myself, started the SART team in 2018 and got received some funding to start a SART team in Warren County, which is a sexual assault response team. COVID hit. We kind of had to slow down just a little bit. But now we have are fixing to open up a full clinic. We have a doctor that is signed to be our medical director. We have a SANE nurse, Jessica Boss, that is wonderful, who is going to be our SANE nurse and kind of run that program. And so hopefully by the end of February, we will have doors open. Currently, right now, we are in need of SANE nurses to train. There are only like 3 in the county. So if you are a nurse and you would like to be a sexual assault examiner, please give us a call and we can hopefully find you
Probably don't want
training.
Probably not.
Never know.
Keep me in mind.
I always say
If you were a man and you were sexually assaulted, would you want a woman to do your exam or would you want a man to do
Probably
your exam?
want a man. So yeah.
So men would be good to train as well. So men are sexually assaulted also.
Yeah,
I know that's not a secret.
No.
So anyways, that's something that's really big that's going on with us. And then we've got Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month coming up in February.
And they're going to actually, Kristy is going to revisit us back on Friday's show.
Probably not Friday. We're going to talk about that, but I am going to.
Okay. Well, somebody needs to come on Friday.
I will send Missy.
Yes, send Missy. But yeah, again, thank you, ladies, for coming in and on behalf of the community. I mean, Brian can say just as good. Go ahead.
Look, again, I love working with your organizations. I love hearing the and they're not just feel good stories. They're real good stories.
Mhm.
They're stories about people in our community that are turning lives around. And Warren County, we need you to turn out. We need you to do what you can. And God will lead you to it. But God has led these two wonderful women, Miss Sheila and Miss Kristy, to be the movers and shakers of this community.
For the unseen.
For the unseen, yes.
I love it. Well, remember, guys, if you want any more information on H.O.M.E or Families in Crisis, they can call H.O.M.E at
668-0702.
and Families in Crisis at
473-6221.
All right, guys. And, real quickly, if you're ever in a Families in Crisis emergency, whether it's domestic, mental, physical, sexual, you can always call their 24-hour hotline, 473-6221. And then also, too, me and Brian found out this number that I think Sheila actually posted on. If you're homeless and you want some privacy, there's simply dial 211.
Absolutely.
211.
Huge resource. By the
I
United
saw
Way.
that,
Yeah,
I go 211, and he looked it up, and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" So
yeah, it's
again,
a great resource.
it is, and so again, there's so many resources out for people. If you need any help on food, shelter, clothing, feel free and message us here at Warren First at 931-305-0869, and we will try to hook you up with one of these ladies on whatever need that you may need. With that said, take care. We're going to take a quick break from a word from our sponsors, but keep it here at Warren First 931.
My dad had a vision in 1964 to start Ganton Bolden. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time for planting. Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project this fall. Available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready for fall with Randall Walker Farms, where fall planning begins.
Looking to transform your home? Head over here to Roland Renovations at North Chancery Street in McMinnville. From stunning cabinets and beautiful countertops to durable LVP and hardwood flooring, we've got everything you need. Want to upgrade your bathroom? Check out our amazing shower systems and our stylish shower doors. Here at Roland Renovations, we also specialize in outdoor cabinetry, tile work, full remodels, and installation services. Stop by or call us at 931-743-5479 today. We are open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are closed on Wednesday, and Saturday we are open for appointments only. Don't wait. Revamp your space with us here at Roland Renovations.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you ready for your new Ford? Hi, this is Chris at Reddick Brown Ford in Morrison, inviting you to come and visit our dealership with special finance rates on that special Ford truck, Bronco, or SUV that you have been looking for. Plus a great assortment of pre-owned inventory. We are proud to be part of the local community here in Warren County and now offer complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Your Pioneer Sports Ford headquarters, Reddick Brown Ford, Manchester Highway, Morrison. Have you driven a Ford lately?
All right, welcome back, Warren First, as we are gearing up for some more on the show. Do you want me to switch back to the other camera now?
It's whatever you want, Chief.
It's so hard. We're trying new things today. Experimenting is fun. Watch how this goes. No, I'm going to go back to the other one. I'm used to seeing my face. I like this. I'm going to go with this.
We'll have that for an angled view at some point in time.
But with that said, currently in downtown McMinnville, we are at 37 degrees. Now, remember, thanks again to our community weather sponsors, Reddick Brown Ford, on this Monday, the 27th. The high today is supposed to be 46 degrees and low tonight at 28. It's going to be cloudy and sunny, but as you can see, guys, on the picture there, we are going to be seeing some potential rain as of right now on Friday. I have been watching the cold front as well, just to see what's happening. As of right now, it just looks rainy and cloudy. They did say this morning, I was reading the Nashville weather, and it was saying little spurts of snow, little spurts of rain, and a little mix of winter mix. But again, I don't know if that's going to hit us necessarily. I don't know. But again, thank you for everybody following us and commenting. Again, thanks to Retha, one of our top followers. Thank you, Melody Krim, as well. Shout out to my mom, Sharon Walker. Love you. And shout out to Missy Telefaro. Great job, Sheila and Kristy. I'm so thankful for Warren First 931.
Well, we're thankful for you, Missy.
Yes, thank you so much.
And hey, Kelly, I got a quick segment, real quick.
Me.
Okay, so guys, we need a sponsor for these national days. But did you know that today, January 27th, is National Vietnam Peace Day?
Oh.
It's also National Holocaust Remembrance Day.
Wow.
It's actually National Bubble Wrap Day.
You should have told me that. I have tons of bubble wrap at home.
And our favorite, National Chocolate Cake Day. That everybody loves chocolate cake.
Kristy,
guys.
can you open up the door for her, please?
We've
Thank
got
you.
these days, and I'd love to have somebody sponsor, because those are fun days, especially when days
Which, by the way, there is a ton of national holidays. And so think about it. If you sponsor one day of national holidays, today alone is 4 or 5. I mean, come on.
So, we're going to say thank you to our sponsor, whoever.
Yes.
And we've also got another segment that I'd really like to do is talk about the Dow Jones Industrial Average, or banks out there. If your bank needs to be put on blast, so to speak, in the sense that not for a bad way, but just you're very thankful of your bank. Hey, let us know about your bank, because Dow Jones Industrial Average right now is at 44,394. It's been up and down just a little, so letting people know about banking services and products. And you realtors and you real estate agents, these kind of folks that work in there, and insurance companies, we're coming to you soon. So make sure that you keep your ears to the ground. Oh, yeah. We're about to do some pedal to the metal this week and next week, because a lot of people called us over the weekend, over last week. I will say we're about to introduce some new sponsors in the new February of 2025, and I cannot wait for that. But just like any good thing, this show is all about Warren County and what is going on. And let me tell you, a lot has happened. And I thought yesterday was going to be crazy. But first and foremost, just to give a heads up, you can check out, I did share that U.S. National Weather Service. You can see, like what I was talking about, how the weather is going to change. I want to give a shout out to Tennessee Achieves. Now, Tennessee Achieves is where, it helps out the Tennessee Promise things, where you can get, if you have a student out there and you need help with college funds, this is it. And again, it says, Tennessee Achieves students, don't miss out. Remember to stay in the Tennessee Promise eligibility by, this is what you need to do. You must complete your FAFSA. Put this in your calendar, guys, by April the 15th. This is your free, or this is your key to a free tuition and other types of financial aid. I know that when we were at TCAT, a lot of these kids were on that Tennessee Promise, and he said, why not, do one, it's a 2-year free tuition, and all he had to do was, because how they do it down there, he only needed 1 year. Shout out to Charlie Priest for giving us that information. And then also going on, as you guys can see, there's a ton of reels, and I wanted to make sure everybody saw little clippets of that. Also, I want to shout out to Chris Cope and Holly McBride. Of course, the Border Battles is coming up, and the T-shirt orders, they were all asking me, when is that over? Well, the T-shirts, there's no longer can order T-shirts, to my knowledge. He was sending them the first thing in this morning. But
because this was 16 hours ago. It said last call. But again, 100% of the profits will be donated directly to the McMinnville Special Games on these T-shirts. And again, I tell you guys, if you are not knowing what this border battle is, when we're going to have Madeline Stubblefield back in when she does a little special interview with somebody, and she can talk more about that border battle and more. Also going on at the Warren County High School, kind of Coach Lippy and Coach King did talk about it at the Pioneer Playbook, but you can actually see we have it shared on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter now of the Coming Home Spirit Week.
Yes.
Which is this week. So today, if you see students and teachers in their pajamas, and it says wear school appropriate pajamas, that's why the kids are in that. Tuesday, anything but a backpack. I'm very curious what that's going to look like. And I will share that to social media. Wednesday is the White Lie Wednesday. Thursday is Jersey Day, and then Friday is Class Colors Day. Seniors wear black, juniors wear red, sophomores wear blue, and freshmen wear white.
All right.
So, and that's all on our page. Now, I want to talk about this because this is held at the Bernard Gym, and we are so lucky to have Wayne Wolford and now I'm just forgetting all the other folks. Ramona, what's his name? Mickey Gwynn. Did I say that right? I think so.
Yeah,
Mr. Gwynn. They do so much for this community, not just offering the gym for this underdog fighting dogs program, but they also have the Black History Museum, and everybody knows Black History Month is coming up for the month of February, so be aware of that. But they have a program where they do at the Bernard Gym, they go with elementary, middle school, and high school students and teach them how to play basketball.
Oh, nice.
And so they had that yesterday, but you can see their schedule. It's that's why I wanted to post this. You can click on the post and go to the Underdogs Fighting Odds and see where they're going to be next. Okay, because I thought that was neat. Also, I just want to share some fun. I was bored yesterday, and I saw this shared on News Channel 5 where they posted like a picture of like all these rock star people, and can you guess all of them? And so far we only got one comment on that, but if you think you can guess all the people in this photo, good luck. I missed 3 at the end because I think I just got myself overwhelmed, but I thought it was really fun and interesting. And another thing is elite basketball. Coach Lippy kind of talked about this with us here on the show, off air, and on the Pioneer Playbook. And it started on January the 19th. Every Sunday, they're having that's a basketball program. I don't know. I don't think it cost any money. And I was trying to see if it did. Oh, it does. So it's every Sunday from 2 to 3:30 at the Warren County High School. This is for boys and girls, 2nd grade through 8th grade. What they're teaching the kids is fundamental skill work, ball handling, shooting, footwork, passing, defensive skills, etc. And it's $20. If you plan to come this Sunday, please comment and share this post. And again, I think this is just another amazing way to get the kids in early on starting.
Well, speaking of that, one of the problems in Warren County that we've had for years is in our volleyball program for girls. What happens is they don't start playing volleyball until they get to middle school.
That's right.
Well, to my understanding, one of these groups is starting a volleyball program.
Clinic kind of thing?
It's going to be like an AAU type program where they have to go out and compete, but it's starting girls younger to get into volleyball.
Oh, yeah,
so when they
smart.
get to middle school, they've got some years of experience behind them. So we'll find out more information on that and let you know when it comes up. But hey, we got this coaches clinic, the coaching the batting cages and stuff. Dunham.
Scott Dunham. Ugh, I got to say it that way because I'm going to say the wrong last name. But we just got this facility in. They did postpone the ribbon cutting. It was supposed to be every Friday. I haven't seen the new date on that yet. But yeah, I mean, we're getting these programs where, the community, I love it. When the community starts sharing that they have a need for something, it comes. It's the craziest thing. So if you want to get your kids started early in baseball, softball, and learn and really hone in on these skills, check out the Dunham facilities where they help catching, batting, footwork. If you got kids that are involved in basketball or, just at a young age to see if they're even into it. I highly suggest to look at the Bernard gym that they're doing out there, at the Underdogs Fighting Odds, or go to the Elite Basketball. There is a ton of programs out there that's sports related to get these folks in. And if you're not getting your kids in early, and again, I say this because, we met the wrestling team where a girl is a freshman now, but she'll be a sophomore next year, was talking about she just started this year, first time ever, and has loved it and is thriving.
Shout out to Maya Reagan. That's great job.
I brag on her, but I'm telling you, trying to find that niche for your child, you owe that to them as their parent to find out what works, what's their niche. Is it something to do with the Warren stuff like Warren Arts and the Park Theater Group? Is it, learning how to play an instrument with the band? Is it athletics? Is it this? Is it that? You've got to figure out where your kid is the most thriving at.
And you brought up Warren Arts, so that's one of my patron groups that I just love to death. And we've got Park Theater Group. We've got some shows coming up. We got Mary Poppins. We've also got High School Musical, and I think High School Musical is going to be pretty wild. From what I'm hearing about a lot of the things that are going on.
Now, right?
So that's going to be exciting to see how these things turn out. And but starting your kids younger, you get them started, and when you find what they love, and because you got parents, you only have so many years with your kids.
That's true.
Every day.
You gotta make it count.
You gotta make it count. So helping them to find and explore their passions, and then getting good at what they love. Oh man, we're blessed in Warren County to have sports and theater and all these wonderful programs. And there's more out there. We got beta clubs getting ready to go to Summit, which is their big meeting up in Gatlinburg.
That's true. Where they compete with other schools. Yes.
And we've got some great schools that have some great beta programs. So we're very blessed to have so many things for our children here in this community. What else we got on the calendar?
So I want to do a shout out because I follow the Ayers Foundation, which helps the kids in the high school. We didn't have this when I was in high school. And I love what Leah and all of them, the staff, are doing for these kids, helping them get scholarships, helping them thrive and achieve what they do. And they had a ton of students, one of them being Taylor. She got accepted to Chattanooga UTC.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go Mocs. And
you know somebody who went there.
I do. You do too. And then also too, I wanted to say a shout out to our back at the holiday, we had that contest, Would You Rather, and Miss Erin Deckard finally got her Sonic card. Again, thank you, Sonic.
Yes.
Whoop, let me go this way. Thank you, Sonic, for being one of our major sponsors here on Warren First 931. We could not do the show without you guys. And I'm telling you guys, Steve and the gang here in Warren County are the unseen movers and shakers.
Yes.
And and again, there's a reason why the food here at Sonic is so good, because he is an amazing boss that takes care of his employees. I'm just saying. Love Steve and them. Also, I want to say a shout out to Hickory Creek Elementary. Archery is in session.
Yes.
And they made a post the other day. It says the first tournament's down and the Hawks are off to an amazing start. Proud of the effort, the growth, and the spirit everyone brought. Excited for what's to come. It was such a great day. And I'm telling you guys, this is just the beginning. Look at all those kids in archery.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's one school. There's Irving College has an archery. I don't know if every school has an archery team, but it's a new thing. And I think this is something we need to talk about.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And speaking of archery, we've got, and I'm pulling up my Warren County Sports app.
Yes, and while you're talking about that, I will post. If you have not downloaded the app for Warren County Sports, here it is. Scan the QR code while he's talking about it.
So today, upcoming, today at 4 o'clock, DeKalb County at home here in Warren County playing our boys. This is JV, and we got girls basketball tonight at 6, and then our varsity boys play at 7:30 p.m. And then coming up, we've got Lincoln County on the 28th that we're going to be playing. On the 30th, it looks like we're playing Stone Memorial. And then, January 31st, we've got Spring Hill. But then we've got this big one on February 1st. the state duels. So we're going to check in with the wrestling. We've also got color guard coming up February 1st. We got the cheer football competition that's coming up for our cheerleaders. And we got the big send-off that we're doing. And so we've got more basketball games, but probably the most important basketball game is our battle for the border that we got coming
Border
up.
battles,
The border
baby.
battle. Steamed up. Let's make sure that we get some people enraged about this. Let's be proud to be from Warren County and Coffee County. We're going to shout out to you guys. We want to hear what you got to say about us being toothless hicks,
exactly,
or vice versa. Because
let me tell you, Highway 55 and Prater's Barbecue is not the only thing that's really good in this town.
Oh my goodness, we've got so much wonderful stuff here, and so and we'll steal your girlfriend.
Yes, I loved how he said that comparison.
Shout out to Coach King. That was great.
A T-shirt must be made in that honor. I want to say good luck. I don't know how they did. I wish them nothing but the best. But over the weekend, the Warren County Middle School's dance team performed at the MTSU over the weekend during the Lady Raiders halftime.
Oh, wow.
And I thought that was so neat. Our very own middle school dance team.
Kristy Weeder, she does a wonderful
does a
job over there at the middle school.
And then do you want to talk about the Westwood Youth Group? It was their first ever.
Yes. Okay, so one of the great things about this community is we got a lot of great churches. We got some big churches. And one of them is Westwood Church of Christ, right down the road here in Westwood off, I guess this is Morford Street that continues on.
So, yeah.
But one of the cool things that they did was they had a 3-on-3 competition that was open to the public. Now, when I say 3-on-3, that's 3 people against 3 other people in basketball. And so they got a full court gym, and they had the 3-on-3 tournament, and they had over 100 people show up for this to watch. And look, there were women who went and got T-shirts of their husbands' faces on.
I saw that.
I mean, this was really cool.
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal. And what was even really cool about it is I was privy to seeing the trophy. Nathan George is a good friend and a great guy, and he's the youth minister, and he's the brainchild behind this operation. And so one of the things that he wanted to do was connect his young people to older people here, and bring people in, so see them all do something together.
Yes.
And because a lot of times when the youth groups, they just work with their teachers within the youth group, within the younger classes. They don't get to meet some of the older members and stuff. So it was a great turnout Friday night. And listen, when I tell you who the winner is, and it was the winning team, and I can't remember exactly what their name was, Team 2, Go To, something like
it's on there, I think, isn't it?
Okay. Top 2, not 2. That's what it was. Top 2,
I was gonna say,
2.
I think I read that. I was like, is this them telling them what place they got, or is this their name?
And these guys, okay, so Jeff Vance, who's athletic in his own right, and the preacher there, Mr. Michael Round, I hate to say this, but they got Adam Wood on their team, and Adam Wood is one of the best athletes to ever come out of Warren County.
Is that the tall one in the middle?
That's the tall one in the middle.
So.
The guy who was dunking.
The ringer.
The ringer.
Why
do you want to say that?
I'm transparent. Ringer.
But yes, to have Adam Wood on there dunking on folks. But no, there were boys and girls from all ages in this competition, and it was really fun. They had a good kick, good laugh out of it. But they're going to make this an annual thing.
That's so
start practicing now. Start assembling your ringers. I mean your teams, and get your folks on there. But no, shout out to Jeff Vance, Adam Wood, and Michael Round, and Nathan George, and all the folks at Westwood that hosted this.
Together.
This was a wonderful and fun time.
I was saying, because it was just so neat to see what, it's another need. It's like the community needed a 3-on-3, because I think that's something people miss, the nostalgia of that 3-on-3.
Well, COVID shut down a lot of things.
It did.
And so we feel like we're getting back to,
I feel like we're getting back to how it used to be, and I cannot wait.
Oh, this is wonderful. And speaking of the weekend, we had some football games going on.
Football!
Oh, and Kelly wore her red and Kansas City Chief looking.
Listen. I said this, it was either last week or the week before last when we actually brought it into the conversation with me, you, and Melody. I'm like, because somebody asked me, who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl? And I said, well, I know one team, the Chiefs. And
Again.
I know. Listen, I am not a Chiefs fan, but they have a phenomenal coach, Andy Reid. They have a great quarterback, Mahomes.
Oh.
Their team is phenomenal. Like it's like they trust each. Like they're flawless to me. Let me explain that. I am a Titans fan to the end of the days. Okay,
Me too.
I just want everybody to know.
Me too.
But when it comes to great football, that game last night against the Bills,
It came down to the wire again.
that game, oh my gosh. We had to go back and forth because, of course, when you have kids, you got to watch cartoon football. But with that said, the score, boom, boom, boom. And I was telling my husband last night, I told Brian this morning, I was like, man, I don't know if this is like the how to beat Mahomes at his game. But my thing is, if you go up against the Chiefs, and somebody can correct me if I'm totally offset on this, but I really truly believe if you want to go in and you wanted to beat the Chiefs, you need to be grace period right behind them the whole game. Don't try to get ahead of them, be behind them, because I feel like every time you've seen this before with the Chiefs, every time the Chiefs are down by,
You see it every time with the Chiefs.
when they're down, they come back after halftime like, oh, whoa, wait a sec.
Where did they hide that horseshoe?
Right.
With Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I don't know.
Now listen, off football, but on football.
Yeah.
I saw one of the best commercials last night. Did you see Matthew McConaughey?
The food
playing
commercial?
Ditka? He was dressed up as Mike Ditka.
No,
and he starts
I
going,
missed it.
guys, you gotta. Okay, so Super Bowl's coming up.
Super Bowl is
We're going
coming
to be
up.
doing a lot of fun things in honor of the Super Bowl. We want to know about the commercials. We want to know about the halftime show.
I got something special to tell Brian what I think we should do leading into Super Bowl.
So, so the commercial, back to the Ditka commercial. It's Matthew McConaughey, and he's looking in the mirror, and he starts dressing up as Mike Ditka. And he almost had a spot-on Ditka, and he starts going through the Bears. No, the Bears. The Bears. With his Matthew McConaughey. All right. But no, he starts talking to himself in the mirror, and he starts doing his character development, and then he finally gets the Bears, and it's like But that was one of the best commercials. Shout out to Matthew McConaughey.
Speaking of Mike Ditka, I went on a trip when I was still in college or right out of college, and we were going to either New York or Chicago, and I think it was Chicago, and I saw Mike Ditka get on this plane with us, and the girls that were with me were art majors, and they did not know a lick about football, and I was like this, I'm like, you know what that is? You know what that is? And they're like, no. I'm like, it's Mike Ditka. The Bears? And they were like, Kelly, we just know about paintings and Mozart and blah, blah, Monet, or not Mozart, Monet. And I'm just like, he's like right here. And he was so nice. I said hi to him, and I said that I told him you will be forever iconic to me and my family. And it again, the most humble, laid back. I didn't get a picture with him because those are the times I just wasn't balls enough to ask them for a picture, but just to talk to them and see how they're humans like us, and he's, again, it was just a great experience to have, and seeing him do what he does now, doing the announcing and things, because I think at that time he was not the Bears coach anymore, but he just did the announcing. But I'm telling you, we got a fun week lined up. I want to do leading into the Super Bowl, because I think it'd be fun to kind of play on some things. And I know Brian is extra like myself. So
nothing wrong with extra.
No. And I think you're going to love my ideas.
All right.
But yeah, it's just been a great, that game last night was great. Keep up with us on that, guys. The next, Madeline is also going to come and talk about this, but I want to say it over and over again. The next Pioneer Playbook is going to be this Friday, February the 1st, around 1:00, because Madeline, one thing that I love about our youth or young adults, I should say young adults in McMinnville, is how involved they are in the community. And Madeline is one of them. And she is actually going to be a part of, she's volunteering and helping with the McMinnville Special Games.
Awesome.
And so we're going to be doing something special this Saturday where I'm going to let her give all the details for it. But we're going to do something big with the Pioneer Playbook this Saturday. So keep in tune, keep it in line. And, extra is an understatement. Well, thank you, Adam.
Adam Fels is my boy.
Okay.
That's my little brother right there. So,
Okay.
Shout out to you, little brother. I know you want your Eagles to fly high. Another shout out to Derek Coates. Good morning, my friend.
Yes.
Missy, thank you. And Deborah Joe, good to see you this
Thank
morning.
you for
Miss
watching.
Sharon,
Yeah.
we love you.
Mhm.
And all our folks that drop us a line while we're on live.
So as we're getting close to ending this show for you guys, I want to just do a couple things. I'm going to reiterate through the rest of the week. Fanny B's Manor Residential Home for the Aged posted this thing, and I think this should go across the board for all nursing homes. Let me just say that, whether it's NHC or Willow Branch, all these people,
Riverview Terrace.
Terrace. Valentine's Day is coming up, and you're already going to get Valentine's for your kids' classes and things like that. I'm shouting to teachers, parents, all these things. But they came up with this great idea. If anyone would like to send a Valentine's to Fanny B's Manor, they have their address. They have 9 residents there, and they put their address out there. It's 521 Pike Hill Road in McMinnville. And again, there's times that they have more, but I think you can go to any nursing home and just write, your name to, so-and-so to whatever, and get a list or just do a card saying, we just want you to know how much we love you. Because sometimes hearing that, they don't get that anymore because of their family. They're not from here. Everybody's passed away. So again, Valentine's Day is upon us. Please, please, please do something sweet. I mean, we always say acts of kindness, and I think this is one of them we need to do.
I think that's great. One of the cool things that I did when I was a kid was we used to go to our local nursing home and sing, and we didn't sound very good, but just the fact that we were there as young people, being there with these folks, they loved it. So, guys, please remember those who can't get out, who can't do these things. We'll try to come up with more programs and push more things that let other folks know what's going on. Because, hey, that was a great thing. Thank you, Fanny Bees. Shout out to them for putting that out and reminding us that, hey, we still got people that have love to give and would love to receive some love. So let's not forget those that we just don't see because they're shut in like that.
Exactly. But with that is, I'm trying to think if I was going to talk about anything else.
Well, tomorrow, we want to tell some folks about what tomorrow's show is planned out to be. Hopefully, we're going to have the Master Gardeners on because they start their new program tomorrow night.
I was just going to let it be a surprise.
Oh, well, we still got some other people that we can hang on to. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot that we are going to be doing this week. We got 3 guests coming in tomorrow. As of right now, I'm waiting on Madeline to hear back about the Coach Blue. I did think I just saw an email pop up. No, not that one. Where's that? Good morning, everyone. No, it's not messaged back yet. Sorry. So I got 3 back-to-back emails from everything. But I do want to say thanks to everybody that reached out to us and said, hey, we would love to be on the show. We're going to have, buckle up, guys, because we're going to be on the road, I believe, for a lot in the month of February. We will be doing a special podcast on Thursday, not here at Tops. We will be going somewhere else. And so tune in for that. We'll tease it the day before so everybody knows what we're doing and where we're going to be at. But again, this is just, 2025 has already started off with a bang. And I want to tell everybody that the newsletters are going to be out today. The digital copy will be sent out tonight. So if you want to subscribe, text the keyword local voice and send it to 931-305-0869. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Twitter. And if you have Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and Audible, follow us on there as well. We are diving into a new era, as I say, because listen, I know it says it's my football era, But it's a new era for Warren First.
That's right.
The sky is the limit.
Oh my goodness. And it's because of you guys.
Yeah.
You guys have been following and liking and sharing the stuff.
Yes.
And we want you to keep on doing it and let us know about stories that you think other people would like.
Yeah, and I want to say again, thanks to everybody that made aware of the situation with what we called it our hot topic, because there's pros and cons to everything. Let's just say that now. But that midnight drop scared me just as much as you guys. But once I started, instead of going, I always say this over and over, instead of going through that rabbit hole, I went to the source. I always say go to the source, cut the head off, figure out what's going on. And I'm telling you guys, thank you, R Coffee. Shout out to them at their drive-thru. If you get cold or chilly today, check them out. But I'm telling you, information is at our fingertips. And all you have to do is ask.
It's amazing. It boggles my mind how much stuff that we come through. And we have different extensions, different groups.
Outlets,
but Kelly stays connected. She gets text messages, emails, phone calls, alerts on all the platforms.
Yes, because when I first posted about it, I was informed by somebody that was very trustworthy and normally is right. And we were informed, and of course that was just from some of the people coming off the bus, which they didn't know. I mean, they're Hispanic, so maybe the translation was lost, and so they were understanding that they were working on the apartments. When now that and that's how we posted like the blue building, because that's what we thought they meant. No, they were going to the apartments to stay, and that's why I changed how I changed it. And again, I want to say a thank you to Jackie Matheny, our sheriff junior, as well as our chief of police here in the city, Nicole Mosley, because let me tell you guys, when I called them, I sent them the video, I tagged them, because they don't have I don't want to say they don't have social media. They don't follow McMinnville Chatter, and not everything on McMinnville Chatter is,
credible.
Yeah. And so, but when I saw that, because I want you guys to also know, before I let you go, because it's been on my mind and I didn't know how to say it. And now I'm just going to say it because that's how I am.
Do it.
So last year, some things happened where, whether it was homeless, buses dropping off homeless. I heard people were being dropped off because they didn't follow the rules at a certain establishment. And then this happened. And in my head, when I saw that, I go, oh my gosh, this can't be it, because we were just hearing it. But when you see it,
yes,
it gives red flags of like, oh my God, what's happening? And so I want you to know that we have been on this for, these random bus drops for over a year now, and it's still fresh on my mind. And we haven't forgot about those people that communicated that with us, but sometimes it just fizzles out because nothing really came out of it, because I couldn't find anything. And I promise you guys, my show will always try to be informative, transparent, and try to be, I don't want to be malicious. I don't want to be biased. This is what's going on in the world. So anything we post, anything we say, anything we do, we stay as neutral as possible on this show. And I know there's times that it's really hard to do that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we are all human, and we want the best for each other and for ourselves. And if we can remember that and hone that in, we are all on the same page. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow, purple, pink. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent. We are all human, caring about ourselves and one another. And if we can, and remember, you cannot, and I say this as I'm going on my rant, you cannot do anything or move forward with hate or negativity. We have to remain positive and figure out how can we fix this. I always say stay classy, McMinnville, and I know that's a Ron Burgundy thing, but ever since I saw that, I always think of Will Ferrell and how he, that Ron Burgundy character is like, if we could have a mind like that sometimes, Well,
just tune out the negative. I mean, we see so much, especially in places like the Chatter and things like that, which I don't subscribe to, but you got to sift through this. And so thank you, Kelly, for sifting through a lot of these things and getting to the truth of the matter, because that is scary.
It was tiring. I'm not going to lie.
Oh my goodness. It took up a lot of your time. And, she's got a family. I've got a family. We've got other organizations that we work with and the things that we do. So thank you guys for getting this to our attention, and thank you to these different agencies. And I love seeing agencies work together. I mean, we just had H.O.M.E and Families in Crisis together, and then we mentioned other groups like Matthew 25 Ministries and our Blessed First Methodist Church here, and what they do. Guys, it takes a village.
It really does.
And I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge Hillary Clinton fan, but that statement, it takes a village. We got to have our tribe. It is. So, Kelly, great show. A lot of stuff going on
today, guys. I can't tell you what's going to be on tomorrow because I want it to be a teaser.
Yes.
But I will say this, and you can back me up. You need to tune in tomorrow.
I've got one of my guys coming in.
We have a trick up our sleeve.
Yes, we do. So he knows who he is. I hope he gets to see the teaser. But he's going to be on, or this person's going to be on tomorrow. Some people are going to be on tomorrow.
A person that may be he or she.
Yeah, and guys, we apologize at times. A lot of times we're looking down and we're actually working for the next guest. We're working for the next show. We're getting comments. We're getting statements. So, and I got to look back at my phone to make sure that I haven't missed anything.
Yes, same here.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in with us today. It's been a real pleasure to have our guest, Miss Sheila Fann and Kristy Stubblefield, to come on today.
Okay.
And,
it's a mom thing. We got to go. All right. Take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, Warren County, keep it first. Bye, guys.